Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about standing on your ground and whatever the enemy have done or is going to do to you. Do not budge. Do not fall for their offerings. We're going to give you the world. We're going to give you the universe. We're going to make life easy for you. Why all this? Have you thought about why all of these offerings? Why they're offering you all of the things, giving you the universe, and not offering it to just regular bystanders, human beings, right? Because you carry a divine spark. You carry the divine spark of creation, and so you're unique. You're a different species that, we came from the upper heaven, and they know they cannot go beyond the third dimension, but we can, because God have given us these keys, that allows you to travel beyond the third, and so their main goal is to get you to jump ship and to come on their side, because they need you to go beyond the third dimension, right? And what I'm trying to say here, we all have a free will, but making, that decision, aligning yourself with these people, you are making a big mistake, and there's no coming back from it. You know what I mean? Whatever they offer you will be useless to you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they're gonna offer you, or they offered you, whatnot, they did the same thing with me. You know, you can have whatever you want. Because they know, you're divine being. You are created from the first spark of creation, right? That why you embody the 369. You embody the 369 code of creation, right? And that's what they want. They are aligning everybody who's against. They want it. Try to take on God, and they need you to fight these battles up in the astral. They're not able to. They cannot. They cannot win. Even God came into the third world dimension. The third dimension. If he came to the first, the earth, they cannot win. You understand? But it's very, interesting to think that they are, for them to think they are capable of achieving such a thing. You know what I mean? They are lost their marble. You know what I mean? They're not really in the right frame of mind for them to think they can take on God. My decision has already been made. I am not interested in joining these people or fighting their battles, right? Because what they have put me through and my family through is beyond forgiving. You cannot forgive these people for the shit they put you through, okay? My mom in a grave because of them. And many targeted individuals. I used to chat with this Latino girl. She's from the US. And I used to give her, word of encouragement and talk to her about to stay strong and you can win this and stuff, because she was going through a lot of oppressions and humiliation. And so I used to really talk to her all the time about, to stay, to pray, and, there's always an end to all things. You know what I mean? It's not forever, and I'm trying to, because I was still battling it, right? And so anyhow, she ended up throwing herself out of the bridge. because I spoke to another target individual who told me that she killed herself because they used to tell her, kill yourself, we hate you, blah blah blah, because they know if you kill yourself, you're not your soul does not ascend, it descend, it does not evolve. You understand? So they knew this. They managed to get her up to that point where she committed suicide. You know what I'm saying? Which is, it hurts, you know what I mean? When one of your own goes in this way because the enemy succeeded in, destroy him, destroying their psyche, creating all, there is no room for growth, and they made them, be in a hopeless state where they felt like there is nothing they could do will help them win, whatever, overcome their situation, right? Because they're always trying to make you feel like you're shit, worthless, nobody cares about you and stuff like that. That's, in reality, that's true. Nobody cares about them, not us. You understand? We have our maker cares about us. They don't have someone who cares about them. This is their reflection of themselves on us, trying to make us feel how they feel about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel they are worthless, nobody cares about them, and stuff, because this is a projection. You project how you feel about yourself on others, and this is typical narcissistic behavior, where they're always trying to belittle a person or make them feel, they're nobody, and you need me, you need me. In reality, they need you. Narcs need you to exist, because when you understand how this narcs operates, you'll be able to get yourself out of that messy situation. Because in reality, these people are the one who has problems. They're not really right in the head, and they're always trying to make it point fingers and say, you're the problem, you're not the problem. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I like a company of my own. I like my own company. I don't need somebody to make me, worthy. You know what I mean? I don't need someone to make me feel like I'm needed, or I can never exist without that person. You know what I'm saying? I like my own company, I can entertain myself in a greater length. I don't need somebody to make me feel that, I am somebody. You know what I'm saying? They're the one who trying to project that on you, making you feel you really need them. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you. I never needed you. I used to live on my own. I've been living on my own since I was young. I can entertain myself fine. I don't need someone, to jump on somebody's wagon or whatnot and follow them around like a little puppy. Puppy on a leash, I do not need that. So my point is, 144,000 target individuals, these people are projecting what they hate about themselves. I am not a shrink. I can't fix you. I cannot fix you. You have a problem, is clearly you have a problem that you need to be addressed. But, people don't change unless it comes from within. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Give them a little bit of money, everything goes to their head. But in reality, they're wackos. There's something is not completely anchored in, and so do not listen to these people making you feel you need them. You don't need them. You know what I'm saying? Just think, what have they done for you since you rejected them and you said you don't want to join them? I don't want to be part of this Masons or secret society. What have they done to benefit your life? Because they're making you, they're closing all these doors. They're making you jobless and kind of dependent on the system and stuff like that. It's all by design. It's all by design. It's very tactical. Army. You know what? If my dad wasn't a general in the army, he was a general in the army, and my grandfather, my mom's side. So I have it from both sides. They're both generals. You know what I mean? So I know when somebody playing me. Tactics. I don't need an education to play tactics. You know what I mean? You know what? If God left it to me, when I leave from this war, they're gonna make them regret they ever crossed me. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? They're like wars. I will show them what wars is like. I will take it to another level. So that's why I'm telling you guys, do not be weak and cry your heart out. You know what I mean? Because you have to make these people know that you exist with them or without them. You don't need them to to manifest great things in life. Okay? Just remember that. Remember that you are supported by the universe.